How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another video with Infosec Pat. In this video, we're going to continue. This is going to be video 3 of this OpenVAS series. Now we're going to be setting up a Windows 10 and a 2008 server, and we're going to run a non-credential scan against it so you guys can see how to add targets in OpenVAS. All right, so if you're ready for the video, let's get into it. Thanks, guys. Alright, so this is our Kali box. This is where we're going to be running the scans from. And we have a Windows 10 and a Windows 2008 that I just set up. Alright, so obviously 2008, this hasn't been patched, just hasn't, I just installed it, brought it up, 2008 R2. You can see here. Let's just check it out. We can run WinVer. And you can see it's 2008 R2 Enterprise SP1 version 6.1 blah blah blah. All right, so first things first, what I want to show you guys, I just left everything as default. So let's go back here just in case you guys are using VirtualBox and you guys are setting up different networks and NATing and stuff like that. So if I go on my Kali box, right, let's zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see. Boom. All right, so now if we do an IP address, so if we see the IP address on here on this inet 192.168.99.12, okay, or we can just do sudo ifconfig and my fancy password. That's definitely fat fingered that. Okay, so we can see here 192.168.99.12. The reason being is because I have a NATed network. If you've seen my videos before, you've probably seen how I was able to, because by default, when you install VirtualBox, it has a default IP address of 10.0.2.15, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check right here. If we do an IP config in Windows, 10.0.2.15. See, that's a different network than the Kali box, right? So what we have to do, this one is correctly set up. So in settings on your virtual machine, if you go onto network, you see attached network. By default, it's going to be on NAT. You can have NAT network, and then you can set up your own NATed network. Okay, so that's what I did, and I have InfoSec Pat as my network of choice in my IP scheme 192.168.99.x/24. All right, so let's go back to 2008. I just want to make sure all the devices are communicating before we do the non-credential scan, because I don't want to have any problems during the scanning. So we're going to do some work beforehand. So see how it just says NAT right here? That's the reason why it has 10.0.2.15. If we go to NAT network, we can see InfoSec Pat, because I only have that one network set up. We hit OK. It'll save the same. It'll lose its connection. But if we do, now we have 192.168.99.13. So technically, that's 13, right? So let's go to here. Let's see. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can ping 192.168.99.13. And the reason being, you know what? I want to show you. I'm going to actually do something, and I want to scan. It might be a little longer video, but I want to show you guys, because by default Windows Firewall is on, right? So this is the reason why this isn't pinging. So we can stop that scan, or that ping, sorry. And now let's go into Windows 10 really quick. Let's open up a command shell, and let's do an IP config on here, and it's .10. I think my firewall is still on here. So let's go to the Kali box again. Let's do up. Let's do 10. Oh, so I guess my firewall is off. So we'll leave that like that. It's fine. What we'll do is a Windows 10 scan to see how the non-credential scan works. And then we'll do it against the 2008 box with the firewall on. And then we'll do it with the firewall off so you can see the difference. All right, cool. cool deal. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Let's open up a web browser, and if everyone, hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful wherever you are. Let's see. All right, it's nuts. The reason being because I think I was doing some updates on this box after my last video, and the service isn't running. So easy enough. Let's just open up OpenVAS, start, my fancy pantsy pants password. All right, we'll give that a second, and we'll wait for the service and the manager to open. Let's see now. I think it's probably too soon, but okay, let's see. Yeah, it's still waiting for the DOMP service to become available. So let's give this a second. And while that goes, let me just take a drink. It's 9 o'clock Sunday morning, pretty early, but might as well just get this over with so I can have my day ahead of me, eh? All right, so let's give this a moment. And while this is doing its thing, let's go ahead and go on to our 2008 box. Let's open up Windows Firewall so we can see that it's on. You see here? On. So if we change turn off, you see how it's on right here, it's on right here. So that's why the ping isn't, the ICMP requests are not going through. There's ways to, you can go into advanced and actually inbound and do some ICMP stuff, but this is a test lab, just to get the theory and get the hands-on of the end result of, scanning your network for vulnerabilities. So let's, all right, cool deal. This looks like it's, we can close that. Let's go ahead and try to log in now. It should be good to go now. Perfect. All right. So first things first, we're going to make some notes. All right. So I guess we can just keep going back and forth. That's fine. So we're going to first do the 10, Windows 10 box, and it's 10. And let's go to the way we actually start the scan. We're going to go to Scans, Tasks. Okay. And here, like a little pop-up should come out, right here it says, welcome to the Scan Task Management. We can X out of here. We can hit this little thing, hit this little wizard thing, and task wizard. IP address. So this would be the IP address of the Windows 10 box because that's the first machine that we're going to scan. 192.168.99.10. Okay, fair enough. Start scan. It's going to go to requested, right here, requested, and then it'll go to the scanning. We'll see if it finds anything. And while that's doing that, I wonder if I can edit the scan name. Just to, yeah, cool. So I'm going to do Windows, just so I can differentiate 10 IP. Okay, cool. Save that and it should change here. Cool deal. So that's at 1%, right? So we'll give this a few minutes while this scans, and then we'll scan the 2008 box, a little before and after type deal, like before with the firewall on, and then after with the firewall off. And we'll see if there's any vulnerabilities. Then I'll show you how to look at the report, what's vulnerable, what's out there. And this is a cool little tool, like if you're a small consultant or if you work for a company that that you don't have mega bucks for, like Qualys, Nessus, Rapid7, or any big, big name bad boys out there. So this is like, you could throw this in your VM, you could throw this in your laptop or whatever. You can have it bridged to that network, or you can have it segmented in a nested network. You can do offline scan. It's a pretty cool little tool to get the job done, to get an overview of any vulnerabilities on your network. And in the last video, I showed you guys how to update the database. So, when you go to SecInfo, all SecInfo, you can see all the latest vulnerabilities out there. Once this comes up, and I ran this, I think yesterday. Was yesterday Friday the 13th? No, I think I did this on Friday, I believe so. So, so this is the latest and greatest. Before I did the update, I think it was from like October 2019 or something like that. It wasn't nearly up to date. So let's go to the dashboard of the scans. So we'll get back to this scan. Where's the scan? Tasks. And it's almost done. Cool deal. 74%. So we can, so another little thing, you see up here it says refresh every 30 seconds. So this is like, if you see the page, if I left the page alone, it'll like refresh. But if you're like impatient, or if you just want to like F5, you know, the whole time, or, you know, refresh here, and you see it's 74%. Oh crap, I think I just broke it. No. So I was like, uh-oh, I broke something. So you see now it's at 94%, refresh, hopefully I don't break it again. It's at 94, so we'll give it a second. So Windows 10, I believe when I installed this VM, it was you know, I was doing some testing on something else, actually on some BitLocker stuff that I was testing with a friend because he needed some help. But so I'm actually going to do a video on BitLocker and some Windows-driven stuff on some security stuff as well. Encrypting your drives, you know, I have some people asking me different methods of doing it. You know, you can use TrueCrypt. There's many methods out there, but let's stay on task because I'll go off on a tangent. All right, cool deal. So now we can click on it. It's done. If it was one scan, and so I guess it found one little medium vulnerability. Okay, so if we click on the Windows 10 IP address, so we can see one report, 9 results. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the 9 results. So we have these vulnerabilities here. ICMP ICMP timestamp detection, trace route. So pretty much these are very minor stuff. So the RPC. So let's go ahead, because it's just showing, you know, these ports are open, so that's considered like a little vulnerability because you can use that for pivoting and doing some stuff on it. If you have it open, you can, you know, you leave yourself open for risk. So for example, let's click on this vulnerability. Whoop, it tricked me. All right, so this just shows the vulnerability detection results. If we come down, it'll show us the resolution, right? The solution, filter incoming traffic. So technically, if I put on the firewall, right, that's blocking those ICMP requests. So if I put on the firewall and I rerun the scan, this will not come up. And we'll see with the firewall on Windows 10, Windows 2008, but Windows 2008 obviously is EOL and the life. So that's a no-brainer. You can hack that all day, or you know, you can tinker with it all day. Let me put it that way. So, all right, cool deal. So let's go back to the scans, the tasks. Let's go to reports. Let's see. We should have one report. All right. So this is the one Windows 10 report. So let's go ahead and click on today's date, and this is the report. So let's let me see, for example, add note. Let me see. I want to see if they added any cool features. So this is the. Let's see if I export results. Let's just say, we can open it. It doesn't matter. Let's just open it right here. And obviously, this is probably going to try to open in Excel, and I don't have Excel on here. So let's see if there's another way to save this report. Oh, XML. Sorry, I can't really see. I guess my light is in the way, so I apologize for that. All right, cool deal. So this is the report. Obviously, it doesn't look too pretty, but let's. I want to see if I can. I thought there was a way to actually put it into a pretty report. I may have to get back to that. Let's go to results. Let's just. This is the results for this scan. Let's go to reports again. Let me see if there's. There has to be a way to actually. Actions, no. Let's see. We'll figure something out here. And if not, this is what we have to deal with. This is what we have to deal with. This is what you have to deal with when you have open source. Oh, anonymous. Here we go. Boom. See if we have a PDF. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. So Now let's hit download. Wait for that thing to generate, and let's just open it with whatever that PDF viewer is. There we go. There we go. This is better. So if we go to the result, this is what you would give to your client or the IT, whoever's going to actually patch this, and all that stuff, right? So this is the executive report, your scan report, the summary, and this is for the Windows 10. All right. So now let's go ahead and get to the Windows 2008. Let's go back to tasks, and we're going to task, and then I believe it was 13. Let me go double check. 13. Okay. So remember, this is with the firewall on. Okay. 192.168.99.13. Okay. So it's probably going to be super quick, saying, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you have a firewall on, we can't even get to you. So let that request go through, and then we're going to edit the name of this. So we're going to put Win 2008 R2. Okay, cool deal. Let's actually put a dash here just so it's a little easier to read. All right, cool. Let's just save that. See how, wow, that was done. Okay, NA. So let's just, excuse me. So one report, no results. The reason being is because the firewall is saying, I can't get to you, you know? So let's go ahead and turn the firewall off. See, that was super quick. I just like changed the name and it was done. So a matter of like maybe 30 seconds or whatnot. So now let's go ahead and turn this firewall off. Turn this bad boy off, turn this bad boy off. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make sure we can come back to here, and let's go up 13, we can ping it. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we can ping it. All right, cool deal. Let's stop that scan, that ping. Now let's go ahead and go back to reports or scan tasks. And now we can just hit this little play button right here, this green start button, and we can try to rerun it again. Okay, so the request is going to go out, and let's see what it does at this point with the firewall off. All right, so let's give that a second. Remember, it refreshes every 30 seconds. If you're impatient, you just want to hit the refresh, or F5, you can hit refresh. I'm a little impatient at the moment. Good, now it's starting. So now this is probably going to take maybe a little longer than the Windows 10, I would say, because Windows 10 was pretty patched. Obviously, the only little things were the RPC and just a little stuff that if we put the firewall on, we rescan it, those ports would be closed. And with this, there's no firewalls, no patching. There hasn't been patches on that machine. So this may take a little longer. It's going to probably find more stuff, I would assume, I would guess. And there's probably going to be higher. See how this says 5.0 medium? There's probably going to be some in the higher category. See, it says like the class, the severity, high results, and there's nothing really found in the high results. But I guess we'll have to give it a second, and let's do impatient refresh. Okay, it's still at 1%. So we'll give this give this a few minutes, and hopefully this will find more things. And this is pretty much how you run a scan in OpenVAS, right? We did a Windows 10, we did a 2008 server, which, like I said before, is EOL, end of life. It's dead in the water. So I have this set up on, I've helped a few friends set this up in their small networks, just so they can have some scanner, some kind of vulnerability assessment in their environments, just so they can scan, show some reports, see what's going on their network. You can run this against Cisco stuff, Juniper, Palo Alto, network devices, and as well as your Windows devices. You can do it against Linux boxes. I normally test it with Metasploitable, but Metasploitable is, and you have a whole boatload of vulnerabilities because it's a vulnerable system. So it's made for learning how to mitigate, learn how to penetrate, learn how to exploit all kinds of vulnerabilities. And then they have Metasploitable 2, Metasploitable 3, I think, and that's a Windows 2008 box, but you have to create it. I tried it a few times, and it's just a pain in the butt. It's just like, because Windows licensing and all that stuff, it's just a pain in the neck. But this is pretty good. This will get the job done, get you understanding the process of setting it up and all that stuff. So I think it's pretty neat. Sorry, you need a drink. Super thirsty, super hungry. Hopefully everyone's staying safe from this damn coronavirus. I was supposed to have a soccer game this morning. Like, I don't know, no soccer. I'm a big hockey fan. There's no hockey, so I'm like dead in the water right now. So yeah, I knew. See, so there's some high risk. So now if we click on the Win 2008 R2, all right, we have 13 results. All right, so let's go ahead and look at these results. And so 13 results. So let's see. I was surprised. I thought there was going to be more, but remember, it's an open source vulnerability scanner. So you get what you pay for. So you know, there's a SMB, native landman. So let's look at this for example. And it is possible that blah domain and SMB. All right, so pretty much it detected the work group, detected the operating system, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go back and let's see what else is going on here. Let's actually go to reports. Let's go to 2000, this guy, this task. Let's go to, I want to see, actually, let's go to reports. Let's click on here. Let's go to PDF again and download. Okay, so let's just open it with that fancy Trail document viewer. All right, so this is for the 2008 server. So there's a Microsoft Windows SMB server vulnerability remote. So if we take this CVSS and we go onto the database online, we'll see the results. And let's see the solution, the vendor fix, the vendor released. So pretty much, go patch your machine. Obviously, 2008 is EOL, so there's no more patching. So anyone out there that's running 2008, if you have a more intense scanner, there's probably gonna be more findings. And if you're really doing a pen test, if you're doing a vulnerability assessment, if you're getting paid for it, you probably, you want to actually get something that's a little more powerful, I guess you can say, less false positives, if you want to say that, and actually see if there's any, craziness going on. And yeah, so this is your CVE. This is the references to it. The medium. This is the TCP port 135, and this is the summary of the RPC. The vulnerability testing result is here's a list of your RPC, blah, 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 running service in the TCP protocol, and this is your, this is the port. And it probably, if we go on to here, if we go netstat-na, we could probably see that port running and listening, and that's probably the reason why it's hollering at us. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. You would just download this, give it to your, same thing with the the Windows 10 box, give this to your IT guys or whomever is going to patch it. Because remember, in IT security, there's what's called separation of duties. If I'm the one that's running the vulnerability assessment, if running the assessment to find your findings, I'm not going to be the one that's patching it, because that doesn't really make any sense, right? So you're going to have someone that's actually going to be out there patching it, saying, okay, Pat, go ahead and rescan, see if you find the same findings. And if I say, hey, yes, I can still find it. And then if I want to take one step further and try to exploit it, then, you know, I can run like Metasploit and see, you know, if there's any, you know, any way to actually exploit that vulnerability. This is not a video on that, so I don't want to really get too into detail and get off the tangent because this video has been long enough. So yeah, so let's go to dashboard and let's sum up the video. So in this video, now we have some results. As before, we didn't have any results. We ran 2008 server scan prior to with the firewall on, and it was super quick, and there was no results. Firewall off, there was some results. We got the report, and we did it on the Windows 10 with the firewall off by default because I was doing some testing prior and I didn't want to put it on. So you got, you know, a client side, and then you got a server side. So that's pretty much how you actually set up a non-credential scan for OpenVAS for Windows operating systems. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, ask any comments, reach out to me on social media, and I'm here to help with any requests. If you guys want to see any other videos, let me know. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe from this coronavirus. Cheers, man.